Vaishnava Gopal Patita Pavana Toma Bina Kehona Patita Pavana Toma Bina Kehona যাহারা নিকটে গেলে পাপে ধরে পাপে ধরে এ মন দয়াল প্রভু সেবা কোথা গঙ্গারা পরশা হইলে পশ্চাতে পাবনা হইলে পশ্চাতে পাবনা দর্শনে পবিত্র করো এ তোমার গুণ हरे तारे अपराधे तारे हरि नाम तारे अपराधे तारे हरि नाम तम स्थाने अपराधे नाहि परित्राण ताने अपराधे नाहि परित्राण तुम्हारा हृदये सदा गोविंद विश्राम गोविंद विश्राम गोविंद कहे मोर वैष्णव परायण प्रतिजन करी आशा चरणे रघोरी नरतम करो दया আপনার বলি নরতমি দয়া আপনার বলি হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Bol Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada श्रील प्रभुपाद की समवेत भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्ण भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताक्षं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I seek the blessings of Indra Krishna Prabhu Mataji and all the assembled devotees here. So, first of all, I would like to thank our Achyut Prabhu and the devotees here for giving us an opportunity to share some thoughts for our purifications. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he summarized the essence of Gaudiya Parampara in just, you can say, 4 points. He's saying, Aradhya Bhagavana Brajesha Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavana Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradarana Paraha. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us this entire philosophy in this verse. What he is saying? Because most of the people, they are confused in this case. Manda, Sumanda, Mataya, Manda, Bhagya, Upadrita. They don't know what is the goal. They don't know how to achieve that goal. So, to simplify the whole process, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has summarized that, yes, our supreme object of worship is Lord Sri Krishna. The same Lord Krishna is the son of Nanda. He is a Nanda Nandan. He is Devaki Nandan. He is Yashoda Nandan. And he is staying in Brajadham, Sri Vrindavan. Okay. If he is the object of worship, how to worship him? And he is saying that yes, we have to worship him in this mood of gopis, led by Srimati Radharani. Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajabadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita. Yes, we have to follow the footsteps. Yes, we are all aspire to love Krishna, and we have to love Krishna in the mood of Brajavasis, with the same unconditional, unalloyed loving devotional service. Yes, this is our aspiration. We might not be there yet, but how can you really follow those footsteps to achieve that goal? And is there any book, is there any praman, is there any reference book that we can really follow to follow that mood? Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the authoritative scriptures for all of us, and that we should read to understand about the qualities of Bhagavatas, to understand the mood of the devotees. And after doing all that, what we will get? Prema Pumartho Mahan, the love of Godhead. Yes, the supreme love, which was really, we have been aspiring for millions of lifetimes. Yes, we are running behind Kama, thinking that that is a prema. But most of the times, we are really bewildered. We are frustrated and are running after the so-called love of this world. Yes, this is the essence. And all of us have come together to really understand it. But yes, it is very difficult. That's how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has really come to teach us how to really be a devotee. Bhakta Bhava Karimu Angikara. In the mood of a devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to teach us how to practice as a devotee, how to behave as a devotee, how to behave with the devotees. Yes. And all these devotees who are coming here, right, or especially, we say that whoever we come in contact, they are associates of Mahaprabhu. Once you talk about Gaur Lila, It's not that, okay, whatever we read here in Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat. Our Acharya is saying that Adyapiha se lila kare gaura rai kono kono bhagyavano dekhibare pai. Still now Gauranga Mahaprabhu is performing his pastimes, but only few people they can observe it. Yes, all these associates of Mahaprabhu, they are eternal parsad or parikaras of Mahaprabhu. Yes, because of our ignorance, we don't realize them. But that's why Mahaprabhu has come us to teach us, to remind us that how we should really behave as a devotee and how we can really perfect our life. And yes, Lord Krishna came in 5,000 years back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years back, and Srila Prabhupada, he demonstrated that yes, whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said 500 years back, that we can really practice it, we can really spread it, and he has shown it with his own example just 50 years back. That yes, Srila Prabhupada is our founder Acharya. Srila Prabhupada, that's what we say, Chakshudan dilo jai janme janme Prabhu say. He is our eternal master because he has opened our eyes of ignorance. Yes, we cannot fathom what Srila Prabhupada has given to us. The position of Srila Prabhupada is very difficult because most of the times, first as we come into Krishna consciousness, we go through the Gita course. What do we learn first? We hear that, oh, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We hear the verses, Aham Sarvasya Bhavo Mata Sarvam Pravartate. We hear Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. And then we hear Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Yes, we should leave everything and then surrender unto Krishna. And as we progress in our Krishna consciousness, then we are taught another beautiful bhajan that we sing the first thing every day. What is that? Yasya prasado bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi. Yes, to achieve Krishna's mercy, to achieve Krishna's blessings, what do we need to do? We need to take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Unless we receive the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we cannot really achieve the mercy of Krishna. Yasya prasado bhagavat prasado. By getting his mercy, we will get the mercy of Krishna. And yasya aprasada. If we don't get his mercy, there is no way that we can really get the mercy and shelter of Krishna. And then, as we proceed further, coming from different bhakti steps, we hear that, yes, once you talk about Prabhupada, it's not only we just do a Guru Puja of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada ki jai, but then we don't recognize his associates. Especially in Bangalore we see that, right? They say that Jai Srila Prabhupada, but they don't recognize any of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. This is a pity, right? So here we need to really recognize that how the associates of Srila Prabhupada, they are also equally empowered. So if we are really not recognizing Srila Prabhupada's disciples means, we are doubting, the potency of Srila Prabhupada. You are getting my point? If we are not recognizing the devotees means we are doubting the potency of Srila Prabhupada, though that Prabhupada could not transform them. But we have seen that how the hippies has become happies. And yes, there are so many devotees, right? They have really shown us through their own examples how they have really transformed by staying in a very unhealthy, unvedic lifestyle to really to be a Parama Vaishnavas. Okay, so now I'll give you one exercise before we proceed further. Okay? Please think of a devotee who inspires you the most, and what is it about him that you like the most? And yes, the second part we should not have, but yes, because we are in the conditioning state, we have it. Think of a devotee whom you absolutely detest, and what is it about him that you dislike? So take 30 seconds, so you don't have to share it with everybody, but you just think of that devotee and what is it that really attracts you, that inspires you. And think of one devotee that somehow, right?
You have to remove the car 5781. It's a Creta.
So you can think of a devotee somehow, you even don't want to look into their eyes. You don't want to say Haribol to them. Or if you say Haribol, by force, then you just end up there only. You don't go beyond it. What is it? What is it that? Okay. You don't have to tell the name, but would you like to share what really inspires you once you think of a devotee whom you are attracted or inspired the most? Anybody would like to share? What is it because he smiles nicely, or he is a big scholar? What exactly that really inspires?
Humble spirit. In a humble spirit.
Yeah, when he humbly shares his realizations. Okay, what else? What else? Anybody?
He has no other goal other than reaching to Krishna or
Yes. Wow, wonderful. It's not that we are really attracted by a devotee, the way he walks or the way he dances or the way he speaks. But Prabhuji said, how much he has surrendered to Srila Prabhupada, how much he is having Guru Nishtha. And most importantly, either good or bad, and especially during bad, how he has really handled that situation. That really brings the maturity of the devotee. That really attracts us. Right? Don't want to give a very gross example, but what to do once again, because your conditioned mind. Right? Especially, once you talk about a sports person or a businessman, right? Once he really goes through the tough time and comes across the challenging times and really passes through the distinction, then we really admire him or we admire her. Isn't it? But if things are rosy, right, anybody can really, yes, we say that, he can play with the minnows and things like that. But then, the second one, right, what exactly those characteristics, that you really, that repels you, that, you really like to stay away from them. What are those qualities? Anybody? Is that because he doesn't dress properly? What is it? Ego, right? Yes. He identifies himself with ahamkar, not that, some number, right? That is the most dangerous car that anybody can have. All right. What else?
Sometimes some devotee might be overbearing.
Yes, overbearing, If you just come in front of them, the only thing they talk about is themselves. Yes, this is what I did, this is what I have done, this is what I am going through. Right? The center of attraction is not Krishna. Center of attraction or center of focus is really, myself. Yes, it's a journey for all of us. And this is very, very important tenet. Right? As we have been discussing about this Vaishnava etiquette seminar, whatever now we really talk about, right, the principles, this is for whom? So that now we have a checklist. What is the qualities of a devotee? So once you enter this hall or somewhere, then we'll say, oh, this devotee, does he have all this quality? Oh, this quality he doesn't have. So he's not a devotee. So this is the way that we should use once you hear these principles. What is the use of coming to this Vaishnava etiquette seminar then?
Applicability only.
Yes, Prabhuji is saying this seminar is only for, yes, me. Only all the 10 fingers towards me. Okay, this is not to judge anybody, that whether he or she is following it or not. You know, it's just to understand where am I and how can I really progress. And just last weekend in one of our program we were discussing that especially in the material world, right? Like usually the managers catch the subordinates doing something wrong, but especially the devotees who are elevated in their spiritual consciousness, they catch themselves while doing wrong, right? Not they really point finger towards others, because most of the times what really happens, if something good happens, it's because of me. If something bad happens, somewhere else, right? Either it's a claim game or a blame game, they say, right? But then a devotee who is matured in Krishna consciousness, he really understands from this situation what can I really learn, how can I really progress in my Krishna consciousness. Are we aligned so far? Okay, so we are learning this Vaishnava etiquette over the last couple of weeks, and maybe over the next couple of weeks we'll continue this journey. This is what we call the Sadachar. What is the meaning of Sadachar? I heard that Prabhuji last time, Ravindra Prabhu gave a very nice class with so many beautiful examples. But what is the meaning of the Sadachar? Following the instructions, okay. What else?
Rightful conduct.
Rightful conduct, yes, very good. What else? Anybody else? Yes.
It is Sad Achar.
Yes.
Sad Achar.
Sad Achar, very good, very good. Right? So here, Sadachar, it can be explained primarily in two ways. As Prabhuji said, it can be Sad Achar. What is Sad Achar? So we, as Mataji said also, proper conduct. Proper conduct that really pleases Krishna. Sat means the supreme person, supreme absolute truth, S-A-T. That's also called Sat. And also, Sat also means the devotees. Right? So we should conduct appropriately so that it really pleases Krishna and his devotees. And then the Sadachar also means Sada Achar. Means these are the qualities that should be performed only when things are favorable. Isn't it? Or Sada, Sarvada, Sarvatra, Sadeva. What does it mean? At all time, place and circumstances. It's not that things are unfavorable at home or at office or on the street while driving, somebody is really bypassing. How do you really behave? So, Sadachar means Sarvatra, Sarvada, all time, all places, all circumstances. Because as we are really saying that we are representing Srila Prabhupada, as the followers of Srila Prabhupada, everybody recognizes us. If you do something good, they say, oh yes, this is a wonderful Hare Krishnas. You see how they are really delivering, how they are really distributing prasad, how always they are smiling and singing and dancing. Or if you do something not as per the right conduct even of the society of gentleman behavior, they say, you see all these Hare Krishna, they are really crazy fellows. They don't understand what is right and wrong. They say that oh, they are transcendental. So we need to understand that whatever the good or bad that we do, this is the ornaments or the scars, right, for the movement. And Prabhupada says this Iskcon is my body. So if you are doing something good, you are giving a, placing a beautiful ornament in Iskcon, ornament for Srila Prabhupada or for a spiritual master. But if you are doing something bad, then it's a scar. You are really hurting Srila Prabhupada. And yes, we should recognize our responsibilities. And yes, we conduct all this because this is expected of a devotee. A sadhu means titiksava karunika suruda sarvadena ajata satrava santa sadhava sadhu bhushana. This is the ornaments. Just like a soldier, they have different stars, different medals, like Parambir Chakra, Veer Chakra, and so on. Similarly, for a devotee, these qualities, these are the true ornaments, these are the true medals. Yes, he has really gone through this peak of the success or this, tough failures, and how he has really gone through it, how he has really, crossed over this situation. That is really the true glory for Srila Prabhupada, for our spiritual master, for our leaders. This is a big responsibility for all of us. And yes, as we are progressing, we need to understand that we cannot really behave appropriately unless we are in the mode of goodness. We cannot just, say that, we are a Hare Krishna devotee, we are following Krishna. Krishna is a transcendental and he is a Suddha Sattva. He doesn't have to, follow the rules and regulations of this world. And why should I follow? Because I am a Krishna devotee. Krishna doesn't follow. And why should I really follow? No. Just like a plane, once it needs to take off, before that, it has to go through runway. That runway is the mode of goodness. So you cannot directly take off. You cannot really become directly transcendental. You have to come into the runway of mode of goodness. So yes, we have to progress ourselves. Yes, for millions of lifetimes we are completely in the mode of ignorance or mode of passion. We have to elevate first ourselves to the mode of goodness. And then only we can really go to the mode of transcendental goodness. Okay. So now, yes, there are beautiful examples are there from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example. The way he has shown by dealing with either king or with his associates or his followers. The way he has dealt is really exemplary. That's why we can really learn a lot about this Vaishnava etiquette by reading again and again Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita Nitya Karapan Jaha Hoite Premananda Bhakti Tattva Gyan. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying that yes, we should hear and drink Chaitanya Charitamrita. And once we will get nourished, we will get Premananda, we will get the love of Godhead, we will get the ecstasy. And also Bhakti Tattva Gyan, we will really get the right philosophy, how to practice Bhakti. And this is a journey. And then we really understand as we practice Bhakti, what is the main component of Bhakti? What is the root of Bhakti? What is the root of Bhakti? Anybody? What is the root of Bhakti? Yes, faith, okay. Service, okay. Association, yes. What is your good name, Mataji? Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is saying,
complete surrender.
yes, Bhakti Janma Mulya. So the root cause of Bhakti is Sadhu Sangha. And not only the root or the seed of the Bhakti is Sadhu Sangha, and as we progress in our Bhakti from Shraddha to Prema, Ata Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Sta Bhajana Kriya, Tata Anartha Nibruti, right? As we go along and we reach the level of Prema, even at the level of Prema also, what is really required is Sadhu Sangha. And somebody might ask, Prabhuji, wait, Uh, During the beginning, you say that there's only one thing, one thing, one thing. What is that? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevala. And now you are saying Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastraka. What is it? Can tell one thing. Why you are telling two things? How do you really understand it? Is it Shastras are contradictory? What do you say, bro? Don't you believe so? Huh? Right? We hear that holy name is everything. We chant the holy name. Why do you really have to follow all these things? Yes, anybody? Yes? Yes, somebody was saying something. It starts with sadhu sangha. Yes. Yes.
Bhakti is guarded by the association of you.
Bhakti is guarded. That's a very nice example, analogy that's given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami. And here, one devotee was saying a very nice example that all of us can relate to it. Yes, holy name is like a chapan bhog. Yesterday in our Snan Yatra also you offered so many hundreds of bhogas to the lordships. And after that, of course, Lord says that okay, I leave it to you. That's like when you want to give something to your neighbor, and neighbor doesn't give the free tiffin box. He also fills it. Right? So he also fills it. So similarly, Lord also sends back all this chappan or 108 or 150 bhoga, and transforms into prasad, and then we receive it. And everything is there in front of us. But then, let's say, if you have a jaundice, let's say, right, our hands are dirty, is it possible to honor that? Is it possible to honor it? No. Yes, holy name is everything. But then if our heart is so dirt, we are not able to chant. We are not able to have that faith in the holy name. We are not able to get taste in the holy name. Why? It's because there is so much of anarthas within our heart. We have not started appreciating. Like especially in our Bhagavatam also, we hear this beautiful verse, right, where Sutta Goswami is saying to Sanakadya Rishis, how to really get taste of studying Bhagavatam. Susruso Swadadhanasya Vasudeva Katharuchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nisevana. He's saying that how? By serving the devotees of the Lord, we really get the taste of chanting the holy name, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And like Prabhupada says that, like it's very inconceivable to understand how by serving a devotee, how by pleasing a devotee, how we really get the taste of it. Similarly, right? Sometimes we don't understand how we take the food from mouth, but whole our energy gets, and whole our body gets energy. Yes, maybe a neophyte person, a child might not understand, but a person who has really gone through some biology, you'll understand that how the food gets really assimilated, digested, and energy gets all over. Similarly, there are so many umpteen examples are there. Last week only we celebrated Panihati, isn't it? Right there we hear about Raghunath Das Goswami. Right? What is the lessons, the teachings of Panihati festival? What is the essence? We can have a nice chudadahi, with camphor, with the champakela special, banana and mango, and with condensed milk, or curd, mishti dahi, Yes, there are different ways we can. Is that the essence of Chidadahi festival? Or maybe go to Kaveri bank and take a nice bath. What is the essence of Chidadahi festival? Anybody? We have already observed last week. Yes, Madhuji? Humility. Okay. Yes. Association of devotees. Yes. What else? Serving the devotees. Yes. So, some of you might have read the story that how Raghunath Das Goswami, he had approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already twice. Once, one Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and somehow he was in Santipur with the trickery of Nityananda Prabhu. At that time he had come. And then second time he had come, right, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling to Vrindavan, he had come with his father and also, right, all the devotees there to meet Mahaprabhu. And both the times Mahaprabhu said, go back your home. Though Raghunath Das Goswami was so inspired to take shelter of Mahaprabhu and to follow Mahaprabhu and go to Puri and just stay there. And it's enough. It is said that he had so much of opulence, so much of things at his disposal as a wife of Apsara and the opulence like Indra. But still, right, he wanted to leave everything and go back to Mahaprabhu to meet him. And both the times Mahaprabhu said, go back. Don't be a Markad Vairagya. Just go home. And then somehow when he heard that Nityananda Prabhu has come to this Panihati, he approached. And as soon as Nityananda Prabhu saw, and like some of his associates said, oh, Nityananda Prabhu, you see Raghunath is here. And Nityananda Prabhu said, oh, chor! And devotees are wondering, Raghunath Das is such a nice devotee. Why Nityananda Prabhu calling him as a chor? Why he called him as a chor? Nityananda Prabhu is saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is my property. How can you go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without my permission? Right? So what is the meaning? So we cannot really approach Krishna. We cannot approach the pure devotees unless we go through the devotees. So that's why we have to take shelter of the devotees first. We have to take shelter of the Guru. We have to take shelter of our spiritual master, of Srila Prabhupada. And then in the disciplic succession, they will really take us to that step. And then what is the ultimate blessing that Raghunath Das Goswami he received? There are so many, we say that there are the 5 installments of mercy that he got it. How? What he got it? The first thing is that Nityananda Prabhu himself put his lotus feet on Raghunath Das Goswami. Right? What else you can? Bhakta Pada Dhuli, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avasis. Right? And the second, right? He gave Raghunath Das Goswami an opportunity to serve the devotees. Even to serve the devotees is an opulence. Right? It's not just an ordinary activity. Right? Once you are getting an opportunity to serve means we have been blessed by the Lord. Because we cannot demand blessings from the Lord. Please hear attentively. We cannot demand blessings from the Lord. Or we cannot directly demand even the blessings from the devotees. We have to beg for the service. Once we beg for service submissively, then the blessings will come. So, ascending seva, descending blessings. Right? So, yes, we got an opportunity to serve. And third thing, right, it is mentioned that when all the devotees honored Prasadam, and then through Ragha Pandit, Raghunath Das Goswami, he got the remnants of the Lord and devotees. We get Bhakta Bhukta Avasesa. We get the remnants of the devotees. And fourth, Nityananda Prabhu said, oh dear devotees, please bless Raghunath. So it's not enough that, oh, my spiritual master is happy, Srila Prabhupada is happy, I will do whatever I like after that. No, we are living in a society. So it means that we have to please all the associates of spiritual master. What really pleases spiritual master? What really pleases Srila Prabhupada? Because most of the times, May or Mere Krishna, or May or Mere spiritual master, Mere Guru. No. We have to please the devotees. We have to please the community of the devotees where we are staying. And that's why, Nityananda Prabhu, with an example, he said that all the devotees, oh, choto, boda, jitna bhi hai, please, shower your mercy upon Raghunath. And we get the blessings of everybody. Right? So, and fifth, of course, Nityananda Prabhu, he blessed Raghunath. Now you go and stay under the shelter of Swarup Damodar. Yes, you had a desire to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but yes, to get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radharani, right? All of us might not be, fortunate and qualified enough to serve directly Radharani, but Radharani's associate is Lalita Sakhi, Lalita Gopi, right? And Lalita Gopi is Swarup Damodar. And here, Raghunathas Goswami is a Manjari, a Rati Manjari. So, Manjari needs to serve the gopis, and the gopis need to serve Radharani. So, that's the disciplic succession. So, yes, because most of the times we have a lot of appreciation for, maybe our acharyas, a lot of appreciation as we talked about, the position of Srila Prabhupada, or even disciples of Prabhupada or spiritual master. But, we feel, the familiarity breeds contempt once you see the devotees all around us. But we need to really recognize and realize that how the devotees are so dear to the Lord. Muktanam api siddhanam. Like here in Bhagavatam and so many places we hear that how the devotees are so glorious, how they are so rare. So rare. So rare, like and especially, Mataji were talking about that pastime, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he instructed Rupa Goswami, right? He says that yes, there are so many sthavaras, there are so many jangamas out of all these living entities, right? And of course, there are the animals and the human beings. Out of the human beings, there are brahmanas, and then there are Vaishnavas. They are so rare, and why they are so rare? Yes, kotisu api sudurlabha. And out of the millions and billions of people, that's where one person really, takes into Krishna consciousness. And all of us, we realize, here also, right, in this center, we have been doing this, Janmashtami, and so many OTPs, so many programs. Definitely, we have touched at least 1 lakh people, isn't it? Minimum hundreds and thousands of people we have really touched from the center. But how many are there in our coming and really practicing Krishna consciousness? How many they are chanting? Very few. And so we know that how rare it is. And if somebody is really chanting Krishna consciousness, if somebody is really following Krishna consciousness, how rare they are, how fortunate they are. We need to recognize them, we need to appreciate them, we need to encourage them. Right? Yes. Now we understand the glories of Sadhu Sangha. And then how do you really, deal with the sadhus? There is a nice verse. There is some problem here. Especially in Nectar of Instruction. Of course, in so many other scriptures also it is mentioned. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta Dikshasti chet pranatavischa bhajantam isham Susrusatam bhajana vigyam ananyam anya nindadi sunya hrudam ipsitam sangalabdhyam. So here, Rupa Goswami, he gives that how a devotee should really associate, especially Nectar of Instruction, especially this 3, 4, 5, all these verses, it really talks about how to associate with the devotees. And this is one of the important verse, and it says that how a devotee should really, at least in the mind, we should really appreciate, we should really honor, if somebody really chants even once the holy name of Krishna. And especially Dikshasti, if somebody has taken Diksha, of course, in this case, because at that point of time, it's only second initiation was there. Initiation means second initiation. If somebody has really taken a Brahmana Diksha, it means that we should really offer obeisances to him. Dikshasti chet pranatevis chapajantam. We should really offer worship, right? And then, especially the pure devotees of the Lord. Who are the pure devotees of the Lord? Who are really advanced in the devotional service and whose heart are completely devoid of ninda, anya nindadi sunya hrudam, whose hearts are free from the fault finding. Right? We should have a desire to serve them. We should have a desire to somehow or other beg them to serve them, to give us an opportunity to serve. So this is three kind of different levels of devotees that we can really approach. So first of all, right, we talked about Guru, right? Of course, we have heard a lot about how to respect Srila Prabhupada. But once we talk about our, even our spiritual master, how do you really deal with spiritual master? Right? How do you really deal with Srila Prabhupada, like our spiritual master, our guru, whenever we meet? Right? First of all, yes, we should offer our obeisances unto him. Right? And especially in Bhagavad Gita we have heard, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena and sevaya. Yes, first of all, we should do pranipat. We should offer our obeisances unto him. And it is mentioned that, like especially during Srila Prabhupada's time, the devotees, like they used to offer hot puris or hot chapatis to Srila Prabhupada. As many times they would enter the room for offering, as many times they would offer obeisances. Right? Sometimes Prabhupada would be really appreciating. It's not about that, right? That you really get, as you offer something to Srila Prabhupada. It's for our benefit. It's the same time also with spiritual master as well. Whenever we meet, we should offer obeisances. Right? Whenever we see our spiritual master, we should offer obeisance. Or somehow or other, if he comes closer and then he sees you, then at that time once again we can offer obeisances. Or as many times. And once you come to in front of spiritual master, right? Yes, we should submissively, very humbly, present ourselves in front of himself, right? And then, given an opportunity, we should ask, how can I really serve? Srila Prabhupada used to say, the only question that I used to ask my spiritual master is, how can I serve you? This is the only question a disciple should ask spiritual master. Yes, of course, in Bhagavatam it really talks about 4 kinds of sons are there. Similarly, different kinds of disciples are there. One is a disciple who really follows the spiritual master by understanding from his heart. You don't have to tell that how Govinda used to serve. Or there are some disciples, once being told by spiritual master, they do exactly as it is. It's not that like spiritual master is asking for water and the disciple comes up with milk. Right? No. Whatever spiritual master is asking, as it is, you please him. And third is that you do that but with grudging. After asking so many excuses. Right? Like we're discussing that there are some devotees who could be like arrow devotees. Whenever spiritual master says something, he will do better. No, that Mataji will do better. It's an arrow devotee, right? Or there could be some, ant devotee. You offer it to somebody, and then that devotee will delegate to somebody. That devotee will delegate to somebody. Right? No, like, there are so many pastimes are there. How, Srila Prabhupada, would really deal with this kind of situations. Right? Or the devotees, they are just like Dandavat devotee. Okay, just they just offer Dandavat, but they don't really follow the instructions of spiritual master. Right? And at any point of time, right, we should really take whatever the instructions the spiritual master has given. It is a life and soul. That yes, just like what is the life and soul means? Without soul, there is no meaning for the body. Similarly, if you are not able to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, means our life is dead. At no point of time we should really instruct our spiritual master. Yes, sometimes our spiritual master helps us, like asks us for some consultation. He asks whether, okay, what do you think? What is our point of view? Then we should really propose humbly. But no point of time we should really argue that, oh, this is the way, this is how it should be. We can propose, but we cannot impose our thoughts. And we should never praise ourselves, boast ourselves, talk about ourselves in front of our spiritual master. Yes, right? If spiritual master kind of looking forward to hear what you have been doing, humbly present. Yes, oh spiritual master, oh Guru Maharaj, oh Gurudev. Right? Yes, this is your servant has done it because of your mercy. And yes, we should address our spiritual master, right? Not with the names, right? Of course. We should, especially all the sannyasis, they are addressed as His Holiness, or like Guru Maharaj or Gurudev. Of course, especially if it is in a public assembly and you have been asked to introduce or you have been asked to speak, Right, at that point of time, we might address as His Holiness instead of just Guru Maharaj or Guru Dev, not to offend maybe any other senior devotees are there, because devotees are very sensitive. And then at no point of time, at the same time, we should really, just boast ourselves that okay, that's what we should not be Guru Bhogi, we should be Guru Sevi. Taking the name of the spiritual master, we want to enjoy, taking the fame and prestige of spiritual master. Oh, I am the disciple of so and so, you should respect me because I am his disciple. No, right? We should always present ourselves, we are the most unqualified, right? And how can I really, get an opportunity to serve them? Not really to enjoy them, not to really exploit their names. Okay. Any questions or comments on this before we proceed to the next part? Some problem is there. Yes, bro.
It's very clear.
Clear? Okay. Yes, one more thing. Once you talk about all these Vaishnava etiquettes, it's a very easy to speak. It's also good to hear, but very difficult to practice every day. Yes, but that really happens once we have that sincerity in our heart. Once we have somebody who really reminds of this again and again. That yes, because otherwise we have heard that, even how, Chaitanya Charitamrita we heard that, right? Like, there are so many good examples are there, how Ishwara Puri, he was serving Madhavendra Puri in his old days. And the same, he had another disciple called Ramachandra Puri, right? When Madhavendra Puri, he was really on his kind of, final moments, he was praying, Ei Dina Dayadra Nath Hai, Mathura Nath Kadavalokya Se Hrudayam Tadalaka Kataram Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomi Aham. Oh, I am in separation of my dear most Lord Radha and Krishna. What should I do? My heart is so much of agitated. And at that point of time, Ramachandra Puri, one of his disciples, he comes and says, Oh, Guru Maharaj, why are you thinking of Radha Krishna? You should think of Brahman. That's what you should do. At that point of time, Madhavendra Puri was so much of, annoyed that what kind of a disciple I have. And I'm really looking for the blessings and the love of Radharani and Krishna. And my disciple is talking about Brahman. My life is waste, kind of hearing from this. So he displeased his spiritual master. And we saw that how later on Ramachandra Puri became an offender. Right? So at no point of time, right, a disciple or a devotee instructs a spiritual master. And the quality of Ishwara Puri pleased Madhavendra Puri, and that's how Lord awarded himself to be the spiritual master of himself. So he became the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Alright, and we see that how a guru, like and disciple relationship in Srimad Bhagavatam in so many instances, that how a devotee really feels that, right, my life is just to serve my guru. Like just now we heard about Prahlad Maharaj's pastimes. He says that, what is the use of all these properties? Kalatmano upanaya nija bhritya sevam. Oh Lord, I don't need anything from you. Right? You see that, like about Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, and this Prachetas, and all of them. They got the association of the Lord. They got darshan of the Lord. What else you can ask for? Do you know what exactly they asked once they had darshan of the Lord? Oh, I want to be always at your lotus feet. What do you think? What do you think they asked for? Anybody knows? Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Please give us an opportunity so that I want to serve your servant. I have been really blessed. Blessed by Narad Muni, who is your dear servant. How can I really now leave him and go to you? How can I be so much of disloyal to my spiritual master? I don't want to go anywhere, my Lord. I don't need anything, my Lord. I just want to serve you. Because of him, I received your causeless mercy. And I continue to serve him. Like we cannot repay our debts to our spiritual master. Right? And yes, and sometimes spiritual master chastises, right? Disciple, and that's how we get purified. Right? We should really feel fortunate that somebody is there to correct us, to refine us. Right? And if we are really unfortunate if our spiritual master, our guru, is not chastising us. Like there is a nice pastime once again in Chaitanya Charitamrita about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagadananda Pandit and Sanatana Goswami. At one point of time, right, Sanatana Goswami, he would be in Puri, he had some disease in the skin, right? And all the, Sanatana Goswami, he would be there, he would be staying always far from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always wanted to embrace him. But feeling embarrassed, Sanatana Goswami would be, kind of thinking, what kind of things I am doing? I am supposed to glorify and really serve the Lord, but somehow or other, whenever Mahaprabhu comes in front of me, he wants to embrace and his body gets really spoiled. And then he was saying that, now he discussed with Jagadananda Pandit, one of the associates of Mahaprabhu. He said, what should I do? And Jagadananda Pandit said, no, you go back to Vrindavan as quickly as possible. And then the same thing, Sanatana Goswami, he comes in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says that, Mahaprabhu, now I want to go to Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu asked, why do you want to go to Vrindavan? You stay here, just be with me for some time. And Sanatana Goswami said, no, I was told by Jagadananda Pandit. And Mahaprabhu said, Jaga dare to instruct you? You are so much senior. How dare he instructed you? Right? He's saying that, you are like of the caliber of my guru. Right? How can he dare to instruct you? And Sanatana Goswami is saying that, oh Mahaprabhu, you are chastising Jagadananda because he is so close to you. Because I am so far, I am from outside, you are just appreciating me. Isn't it unfair? Why you are keeping me? You see the mood of Sanatana Goswami, Jagadananda Pandit. Jagadananda Pandit feeling that though Mahaprabhu is glorifying you so much, oh, you are keeping me outside because you are only appreciating me. And you are chastising Jagadananda Pandit because he is so close to you. Right? At that point of time, right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Sanatana Goswami, it's not like that. Right? Yes, you are so dear to me. Right? You really exemplify humility. You really exemplify all the Vaishnava behaviors. You have really established the Vaishnava etiquette with your behavior. Right? This is how I want to glorify you. Right? And especially Mahaprabhu. Right? This is once again, you see the guru and disciple relationship. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he used to glorify his associates like anything. Bhaktara Mahima kaite hoye Panchamukha, Bhaktara Mahima kaite hoye Prabhu Paya Sukha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he used to glorify his associates, he used to be like 5 mouths. Like he used to glorify them so much. Especially there was one pastime when Rupa Goswami was asked by Mahaprabhu, could you please share a verse that you have recently composed? And he said a very beautiful verse. Tunde tandavali ratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye karna kroda kadambini ghatayate karnar budhe spruham. Especially on the glories of the holy name. He's saying that, oh, Rupa Goswami chanting that, when will that day come? Right? When I will have millions of tongues, I will have millions of ears. Because this holy name, this Krishna, is so sweet. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that, wow, it's so wonderful verse. And he asked, what do you all think? And all the devotees, they so much of, glorified Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, what other devotees are feeling when I am appreciating Rupa Goswami. Right? This is another quality. And how even a spiritual master or the guru also tests us. That how do we really feel when one devotee is really appreciated? But then Mahaprabhu saw that all the devotees, from their heart, they were really glorifying Rupa Goswami. Right? Yes, there are like how Srila Prabhupada has really taught his disciples, we cannot believe. Right? Srila Prabhupada, he was going with one of his disciple called Mukunda in the car. And Prabhupada, he was taking a fruit, an apple, and after biting, he gave it to Mukunda. And Mukunda took a bite and once again giving it back to Prabhupada. This is the quality of his disciples at that point in the beginning days. But then, of course, Mukunda Goswami, he realized that what kind of a mistake I was doing. We really carry our material conditioning into the spiritual ambience as well. Because in the material conditioning, our only mode is enjoy, Madi. Bhoga Vritti. And how can I really exploit each other? But in the spiritual ambience, in the spiritual culture, in the spiritual world, the only thing that prevails is the Seva Vritti. How can I really serve? And how can I remain Gopi Bhartur Padakamala Das Das Dasanu Das? How can I really be the servant of the servant of the servant? Okay, so now next, right? We'll really, okay, we are running behind. So I'll just take a couple of more points, then we'll wrap up. So, and then, I don't know, okay.
Vehicle number 1607.
Okay, so yes, the most important instruction of the spiritual master is to chant 16 rounds, and it said that yes, we have to serve the devotees. And then we talked about our relationship with the Guru, and then our relationship with the seniors. How should we really behave with our seniors? Right? Might not be a Guru. Yes, probably. Okay. So how do we really behave with our seniors? How? Whenever we see somebody who is really receiving the mercy, we should really feel envious of them. Oh, why he is getting so much of respect? Why? What should we do? Any thoughts? So whenever we meet anybody, like we just talked about the example of this Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami and so on. So a devotee, like he feels that everybody is senior to me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. It's not. Okay. So who is senior? Who is a senior devotee? Senior devotee means who has already grey hairs or no hairs. Who is a senior devotee? To whom we should recognize and respect? Who is a senior devotee, bro? Okay. Okay, I had prepared some beautiful slides for all of you, but somehow it's not coming. I don't know why. Okay. It is said, Guna Dhikan Mudam Lipsed. We should be pleased seeing the devotees of the Lord. That yes, all the, like they could be the sannyasis, they could be the temple authorities, they could be maybe our circle leader or servant, sector leader, right? There could be so many ways, right? The devotees could be respected because of their, just to be a human being means you have to respect them. It is mentioned. Somebody is showing some gentlemanly qualities, Abhyatara Maryada. There's a Raja Maryada, somebody has a position, we should respect them. Somebody has a Vidya Maryada, somebody has some knowledge, we should respect them. Somebody has some good qualities, some moral behavior, Guna Maryada, we have to respect them. Varna Maryada, somebody is really, as a Brahmana, somebody is a Brahmachari, we should really respect them. And Ashram Maryada, yes, somebody is really taken to these renounced orders. Yes, and bhakti maryada, right? That's what we see that, right? Yes, even if somebody is really senior in terms of age, we have to respect them. Somebody who has been initiated earlier, we have to respect them. And how do you show respect? Yes, we should offer our obeisances to them. And somebody has more bhakti, we have to respect them. So senior means not in terms of age also, but who has seen through his years, long period of time. Right? Who has seen through the years. Sravanam, yes, who has much more absorbed in the Sravanam. Right? That's why we hear this pastime of that when Sukadeva Goswami came in that assembly, we had Vyasadev, Narad Muni, and so many other senior Vaishnavas were there. Right? But everybody, they kind of offered it to Sukadeva Goswami because they realized that Sukadeva Goswami is not an ordinary soul. So if somebody might be younger in our age, but he might have much more maturity, like as we were talking about earlier, much more surrender, much more Guru Nishtha, and he has really matured himself with that sadhava sadhu bhushanas, that we should really respect them. And yes, we should really respect not only our spiritual master, we should respect even the god brothers of our spiritual masters. And special respect should be given, especially in our assembly when there is a Guru Puja or something like that, or Aarti is there, Especially we have to see that, okay, whoever is senior, as we discussed in so many things, but preferably if some sannyasi is there or somebody who has taken earlier diksha, we should really offer the Aarti or flowers to them first. And most importantly, right, whenever we meet a senior, right, instead of being envious of them, we should really respectfully approach them. How can I really progress? How can I really be more sincere and more serious in our sadhana? Because we should understand that there is no shortcut in our spiritual life. Because these devotees who have really gone through years, right, they have gone through the ups and downs. We should really approach them. Right? How you have sustained your Krishna consciousness. Right? Yes, we hear that how Nimai Pandit, even he used to, respect the Brahmanas, while they used to go for bathing in Ganga. They used to wash their dhotis, they used to carry their, ardi paraphernalias. Yes. And, yes, we hear that how, even a Mayavadi sannyasi, it could be that, as you said, right? Even if it's a sannyasi, is a Mayavadi also, we should offer our respectful obeisances. Right? We might not associate with them, but we have to respect because they are a renounced order. Right? Yes. Like, of course, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a beautiful pastime also, that how when Aswathama, he was trying to kill the Pandava sons, but still when he was really brought in front of Draupadi and all the Pandavas, Draupadi said, please, let's release Aswathama because he's son of our spiritual master. Right? That's the respect that a devotee really gives. Like at the same time, a senior also should not feel that, oh, I am a senior, so that everybody should respect me. He should also behave. He should really, command that respect, not really demand that respect. Like how the younger ones, they really develop that love and affection and respect, for the elder ones. Once they see, and especially for the children also, how they get so much of love for the parents when they see the sacrifice of the parents. When they see the sacrifice of the parents, naturally the love will flow from their heart. Yes, and as a senior, we need to really establish our credibility, our trust, with our selfless love. On our senior, we don't, mean that, okay, you are my property, I will engage you in all my services. Right? Oh, because I have brought you to Krishna consciousness, or I have really, cultivated you, you are my property. No. All of us are here because of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, I am the instrument. Otherwise, on my own, right? I cannot do anything. That's how, right? Because especially in our Krishna consciousness, especially as we become preachers, we should be really careful. Because especially as a preachers, most of the times we associate with our juniors. And then who really appreciate us a lot of whatever, we repeat whatever we heard from spiritual master or so many senior devotees, and they glorify a lot. They really sees that, oh, you are the devatas, you are everything. But once we are in front of the our seniors, they make us as danavas. Oh, you are good for nothing. You have so much anarthas. So they make us ground. Right. So yes, but most importantly, apart from just dealing with the juniors or the seniors, important association part is really associating with equals. Our devotee is saying that, especially at a steady level, right, who have really practiced Krishna consciousness for some time, we should maintain this 20-60-20 principle. 20% of our time we should really spend with our seniors. 20% of time we should spend with the juniors. And 60% of the time we should spend with equals. Because most of the times, even if we say about anarthas, most of the time the senior don't tell us. Because they think that, oh, if I tell something, he will just, feel so bad. He will feel offended. I will not say anything to him. Right? And if, especially, in our, let's say, in our services, or most of the times even they are not available also, seniors. While we do service, how we do it, what we do it. They are not available to really, give us that feedback. Right? But once we are with our juniors, what happens? Even if sometimes you sleep in chanting also, the juniors will say, oh, Prabhuji in Samadhi right now. They would not say anything. Right? Yes, that's the quality of a juniors also, to really appreciate the seniors. But the devotees who are our equals, they will really make us grounded. They will really help us in refining ours. And so yes, we should spend more time, especially with our equals. And how we really associate with the equals? With this beautiful principle of dadati prati grunati gohyam akhyati pruchyati bhungte bhujayate. Yes, we should encourage each other, we should appreciate each other. And yes, that's the way we should share our realizations with each other. Yes. Because sometimes, as a senior, or we might really offend somebody who has really come into Krishna consciousness very newly and say that, oh, what you are, we are not doing anything, right? In an encouraging way, we can say something, but it should not really hurt that person. It should not really, be that trigger for them to go away, or even outside people also, right? Because we don't know that at what point of time he will become a devotee. Right? This is a classical example of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj, he was just a boy, but then when Suruchi really offended him, right, and then he went to the forest, he performed tapasya, and then he received the mercy of Lord, and then he became Vaishnava. And do you know what happened once he came back? Because now that same ordinary jiva became a Vaishnava, that jiva aparad became a Vaishnava aparad. And the consequence of the Vaishnava aparad is what? He was really burned to death. Suruchi was burned to death because she had offended Dhruva Maharaj. So we should not take anybody for granted. That okay, I can say anything, or I can say do anything with anyone. Yes, we are really dealing with fire. And the devotees are so close to the Lord. Even if the devotee sometimes commit mistake, yes, if it is somebody's authority, we should really, affectionately correct them, refine them. But no point of time we should really harass them. We should really, break their heart. Because Lord is saying that, how can you do that? Because he or she is so close to me. They are my properties. He says, Aham bhakta paradhina. I am surrendered to my devotee. Bhaktir bhakta jana priya. A devotee who is a devotee of my devotee is so close to me. Mad bhakta puja abhidhika. Much more than worship of me, you should really worship my devotees. Right? Yes, and there is a nice pastime also. There is a devotee called Crazy Peter. I'll just wrap up very soon. The Crazy Peter, when he came in front of Srila Prabhupada in Boston, he was just a crazy fellow. He would be just lying around here and there. Right? And all the devotees were thinking that, what should we do about it? They wrote a letter to also Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Srila Sasur Guru Goswami Maharaj, he wrote a letter. This one crazy fellow is coming, he's just lying around, it's, somehow disturbing us. What should we do? And Prabhupada said, just tolerate it. And once Prabhupada came, and this devotee, he really offered his full obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, and he was literally begging. And then Prabhupada said, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. And just no point of time, this devotee, he became the topmost Vaishnava. He became one of the prolific scholar. He translated so many Goswami's books into English. He became Kusakrata Prabhu, who was known as Crazy Peter. So you don't know who is really sitting next to you or who is sitting next to us. How much respectful we should have to each other, because they are the property of the Lord. They are so dear to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Yes. Yes. As we are really progressing in our spirituality, yes, we should nourish ourselves with the bhakti sakti. At the same time, we should also deal with the devotees very sensitively, very carefully, very affectionately. So the summary is, yes, we nourish ourselves with the bhakti sakti through attentive chanting. Similarly, we nourish ourselves also with our sensitive dealing. So attentive chanting and sensitive dealings are the two very, very important characteristics in our sadhana bhakti. It's priti lakshanam, how we should really have a loving, devotional atmosphere, how we should encourage and appreciate each other. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, very nice class and very important subject, very well presented.
So, now we are a practical organization at Iskcon, so obviously there are organizational ways of handling things also. And as Mahaprabhu said, that anybody who chanted the name of Mahaprabhu chanted as devotee. So anybody who is here and chanted one time, he is considered devotee. From Amara Krishna Prabhu, Chaitanya not gave that definition, so we have to respect that definition.
And the discussion is going to ask. Yes.
When we are running an organization,
Yes.
and we see we also have the goals of the organization grow ahead and bring more people into the fold of Krishna consciousness. We find some devotees who will fit into the definition of having chanted the name one time at some places in the organization doing a lot of damage to the organization.
Yes.
It's practical.
Yes, yes.
Inside organization.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it is very difficult because all this Vaishnava comes in between. Maybe you're not a direct authority, but we still have some responsibility to see all the how it's going and how Krishna's are spreading.
Yes.
And very often we see many senior devotees who are supposed or not directly, indirectly, supposed to have reprimanded that person and brought to the line and letting it go. I don't know why, because sometimes the Vaishnava, sometimes they don't want to do any offense, but that has been damage to the organization.
Absolutely.
And the discipline is completely dissipated by such negligence or thought that it is Vaishnava worshipped too.
Absolutely.
This is a very, very tricky issue.
Yes,
And I would request some of your observation thoughts in these areas.
That's a very, very important question, Prabhuji. That yes, we should offer all our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas by saying Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha. And at the same time, if somehow or other, because we are still in a hospital, right? Yes, somebody will vomit, somebody will scream, At the same time, how do you really protect ourselves with all these viruses that is there in the hospital? Right? Yes, it is very important for all of us, right, to be strongly nourished, and at the same time, once you're in the hospital, we should have also own our sacred space, right? If required, right, go to a private ward. Right? Yes, private ward doesn't mean that, right, we are not in the hospital. We are in the hospital. Still, there are doctors, there are the supporting staff, they are coming to take care of us, and we are doing the needful as well. Yes, we have to be careful. And if there are somebody is really so much contagious, we take them to the isolation hospital. Right? We really put them somewhere. We really put them somewhere where they will get corrected. They will not disturb, right, others' health. Yes, this is also another important responsibility of the authority. It's not that as a patient I can really tell that, you take him out of this hospital. No, the supreme doctor, the superintendent of the hospital, he will understand that, and that's his responsibility as well. To say it's a very contagious, very dangerous disease, we have to take him out of this hospital and put him somewhere else. Yes, we cannot really take it for granted that yes, this is a hospital and we will take care of everybody. We need to understand our capability as well. Right? If we are not capable enough to treat that disease, send them to an appropriate hospital where he can be corrected, where he can be purified. Right? Yes. Yes. If somebody is really behaving, it's not appropriate, right? We should really, report it to the right authority who can really do the needful. And it can happen that a patient is rebellious who would really not like to hear anything because they say that it's difficult to preach a preacher because he knows Krishna consciousness in and out. That yes, at the same time, we can really find somehow or other to really persuade him, to connect with him so that he realizes what he is doing or what she is doing. And then very assertive way, we can really bring him or her to the right path. Yes, we should continue to give him the basics. We should continue to somehow or other encourage him. But if he still, that there are two things, right? One is thing that from our heart, right, we should first of all forgive. We should forgive, because that's the quality of the Krishna. Give, forgive. But the conditioned living entity is that he gets and forgets. That is the quality of a conditioned living entities. So yes, because if we keep that, somebody has done something to us, and we keep it to our heart, our heart really burns. We don't really progress in our Krishna consciousness. At the same time, we should do the needful so that he is really also corrected. He also doesn't disturb others. Does that answer, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Prabhu, thank you. There was another aspect to that question, Prabhu.
Yes.
One you told about how we could deal with that person is in a way. But at the same time, the other aspect of this issue is this, that these people are spoiling the cause of the movement.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And maybe it's not bothering me that I can avoid it and I can still live my own life.
Yes.
So, but then I think that the organization has to grow and the movement has to grow, and I see the bottlenecks and the holes in the pipe. I want to do something, but sometimes what is not wanting to do, and we see the harm going on because of the society being allowed to perform that way.
Absolutely.
That's
Yes.
very difficult. I can assert myself.
Absolutely,
But
Prabhuji.
at the same time, I have to put my heart good on the organization, and I know this is a real problem, and nothing is being done because of whatever reasons. Then comes the real pain, actually.
Yes, it is true, Prabhuji. So that pain that we are really going through, at least, first of all, we should be really convinced that at no point of time, I should have that mentality. I should not be a burden for the movement. At least that we should have sufficiently. And the second thing is that yes, we should really report it to the right authority. And it's the right authority, taking into account that personal condition, the community situations, and they really need to take that call, right? We cannot just say that, he's a Vaishnava and we can really accommodate him or her, right? In any ways, no. There has to be a proper course of action. That's what we see that in this Aswathama case, that how Krishna asked Arjuna to do the needful, Right? We cannot just leave him alone because he was causing again and again disturbance to the Pandavas. Right? If you just leave him, once again he'll come back with a much more stronger force. Right? And then yes, they did something needful. Right? So we cannot just also take it for granted. Then we allow him or her to do this. That's why some devotees, like the authority, either they take him or her out of this center or out of the movement or whatever, the authority, as an authority, whatever they decide which is good for him and good for the society, right? They need to take that call. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Any other questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. You mentioned, Prabhuji, we carry our material tendencies into spiritual situations. So, all of us practicing devotees going through, we spend a lot of time out in material environment than spiritual environment. So, any tips or any suggestions you have, how do we avoid that tendency or do better in such situations?
Yes, we should hear again and again the glories of the Lord. We should hear again and again the glories of the devotees of the Lord. We should understand and realize the importance of the shelter of the association of the Lord. Because yes, the nature of the mind is to find fault. The nature of the mind is to really that enjoying propensity, to exploit others and to enjoy in as many ways as possible. But then, how can I really keep Krishna in the center? How can I really keep Prabhupada in the center? What will really please Prabhupada? That's why Prabhupada has said in this beautiful golden statement. Because during the last moments, everybody was going to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, I love you, I love you, we love you. How can we'll really miss you once you go? Then Prabhupada said, yes, I am there always in my books. I am there always, through this institution. This is my body. But your real love will be shown by how you really cooperate each other, how you have trust and respect amongst each other. Yes, it is very easy to say, right? But then to really put into our heart, right, having that, that mood of that Trinadapi Sunichena, Taroriva Sahishnana, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So unless we go through this purification process of the Seva Bhriti, that's why Iskcon is like a foreign exchange, right? Where we put money, rupees, and then we get dollar, right? Similarly, we do some seva, right? And then we get the love of Godhead, where our kama bhriti or the bhoga bhriti gets transformed into seva bhriti. Yes. There should be always this mood to serve the devotees. In a very humble service attitude is really important, and that's what Srila Prabhupada says in the Nectar of Instruction also, right, in the beginning. Our development in the Krishna consciousness really depends on the attitude of the followers. It's really our attitude, what exactly we have as we really deal with the devotees, deal with our sadhana. Hare Krishna. Any comments from Mataji's? Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please bless us so that whatever we spoke, we could really follow them. Because as you said, it's very easy to speak. But unless we have the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees, we cannot practice it. So, Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhyaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Please forgive if we said something which is beyond our realization as well. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the material lecture. Let's all chant three rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji for taking his time out and coming here and addressing us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Ram 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 Hare Hare.
So we had lifted a declaration this week, so to give some donations, I would like to call upon all the names. Karnali Viswas Mataji, Balaji Mohan Prabhu, Divesh Kakkar Prabhu, Ganesh Acharya Prabhu, Pushpamittal Mataji, Monika Suk Mataji, Mohan Ram Agarwal Prabhu, Pavitra Shankar Mataji, Karnalata Prabhu Mataji, Pratibha Chawla Mataji, Puneet Patia Prabhu, Rekha Chavan Mataji, Rajesh Prabhu and Prashanti Mataji, Raja Bharda Prabhu, Sachi Kundan Prabhu, Shanti Sarvan Mataji, Saraswati Pranigraha Mataji, Sudha Kumar Mataji, Radhila Singh Mataji, Vinita Rangar Mataji, Yogesh Kapil Prabhu, and Vivek Singh Prabhu. Thank you all for all the kind donations and this will help us from the center. On behalf of Hare Krishna Mahamanta for all the people who donated.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We devotees coming here for the first time today. We have small children.
Okay.
Please.